The decision on when to retire and if you're ready to retire can be one of the most difficult, the most daunting decisions a retiree will make. We have 5 questions that if you can answer yes to, chances are you're retirement ready. Hi, I'm Jim Martin, financial advisor and the founder of Martin Wealth Solutions, a wealth management firm completely committed to helping people plan for and enjoy retirement. And this is one of my favorite topics. I love sitting down with people and helping determine if they're ready to retire. So let's jump right in and go to the first question you need to ask. Do I have enough? Now that seems simple enough, but the reality is when you transition from working to retirement, the paychecks stop. You've got to leverage your social security, your pensions, any other income you have, and the money you saved along the way to generate enough income to not run out of money in retirement. When I sit down with people, the number one fear they have is running out of money in retirement. So you've got to do a lot of planning here to ensure that you're on track. Now, the way we determine if you have enough is by building a financial plan. And I think a financial plan is going to have 5 key elements. First thing we've got to determine, do you have an income plan? We need to know where your money is going to come from month after month, year after year, decade after decade. That's going to help us determine if you have enough money, but it doesn't stop there. You're also going to need an investment plan. We need to make sure that your investments are complementing your income plan. You're going to need a tax plan. Taxes are likely to change your retirement and not always for the better. So we need to make sure you have a plan to pay less in taxes, but it doesn't stop there. We're going to need to address healthcare and estate planning when building a financial plan. After you've built your financial plan, it will answer the question, do you have enough? If you don't have a financial plan, chances are you're going to leave things to chance. We want to remove all the gray areas, all the noise from our plan and ensure mathematically we have enough money to get to and through retirement comfortably. If you can answer yes to that first question, we can move on to number 2. So number 2 on our list, are you ready? Now, this is a difficult one. You might have to do some soul searching here. Emotionally, are you ready to transition from work to retirement? You might lose some purpose here. You might lose a sense of who you are. Are you ready to give that up? And the way that I look at this is the stress of the job outweighing the joy of the position at this point? And if that's the case, chances are you're probably ready to retire. Now, this is a personal decision, and this isn't one you should make on a whim. You should really do some soul searching here to figure out, am I emotionally ready? Is it too overwhelming at this point? Can I transition and still have a social life and still have purpose and drive and things I want to accomplish in my retirement years? And if the answer to that is yes, chances are you're ready to retire. Number 3 on our list, do you have enough to do? What does that mean? Enough to do? I've got a list, Jim. I've got a lot to do. Eventually, you're going to cross the things off your list and you're going to be left with a lot of time. Remember, you've been working for 20 or 30 years, maybe 40 years in some cases, for 40, 50 hours a week, and you're going to have to fill that time up somehow, some way. And there's only so many chores that you can do to fill that time up. So make sure you have a game plan for what retirement looks like for you. You've got to find your purpose, the ways that connect you socially to your community, the ways that keep you busy after you've completed the chores and after you've done the travel. Whatever that is, you've got to make sure that you have enough to do to stay busy. Like I tell my clients, there's only so much Judge Judy, there's only so much golf, there's only so much fishing you can do before you're going to ask what's next. So make sure you have enough to do to keep you busy in retirement. And if you can answer yes to that question, chances are you're one step closer to being retirement ready. So the 4th question you need to ask yourself is, do you have a healthcare plan in retirement? Look, if you're below 65, do you have a plan for healthcare? Are you going to purchase it through the exchanges, through your company, through a co-op? You've got to have a healthcare plan. Now, I've met plenty of people in my career that say, Jim, I'm actually working for healthcare. That doesn't actually have to be the case, but you do need to have a healthcare plan. There are a lot of ways you can address this. You can address this through the Affordable Health Care Act, the healthcare exchanges that actually exist now, where you can go out and purchase healthcare on the open market. The best part is It's eligible for anyone. Even if you have a pre-existing condition, you're eligible for that healthcare coverage. With that said, there are some important things to know. These plans, based upon your income, might offer you subsidies. So you want to do some healthcare planning because you might be able to get healthcare at a lower cost than you ever anticipated. If you're over 65, chances are you'll go immediately onto Medicare and choose a supplement or an advantage plan. But ultimately, it's incredibly important to make the right decision here. In my experience, healthcare is number 2 on the list of retiree concerns. So you want to give this ample time and planning and make the right decision as it relates to your healthcare. Now, if you can answer yes to this question, chances are you're one step closer to retirement ready. Remember, we went through 4 questions already, and now we're moving on to number 5. Number 5 on our list. Are you on the same page with your partner? Now, this might sound silly, but the reality is you've been working for decades, and your partner might have been working either inside the home or outside the home, but you've been away from each other for a good chunk of your day. And now you're going to take both lives and commingle those back together. You're going to be spending a lot of time together, and you need to make sure you're on the same page, that you both have hobbies. I don't want you to drive each other crazy. So have a conversation and make sure you're on the same page. This is especially true of people who have an age gap where one person might actually still be working while the other one's retired. If you're out playing golf and your spouse is going to work, there might be some resentment. So you want to have this conversation before you get to retirement. Additionally, you've got to figure out how you can both have your space while building an incredible retirement life together. So if you were able to answer yes to those 5 questions, do I have enough? Am I retirement ready? Do I have enough to do in retirement? Do I have a healthcare plan? And am I on the same page with my spouse? Chances are you are retirement ready. So welcome to retirement. I hope it's a great one for you. But don't overlook the power of doing a financial plan. Do not enter retirement without having a financial plan. In my expert opinion, that is critical. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll be back next week. Thanks so much for watching.